planning, then we have to think about a couple of things. Like you had already the name list. The name list, we said, is your capital. And what do you do with capital? You have to invest it. You have to use it. If you have capital and do nothing with it, so nothing will happen, except it will decrease in value actually. But capital you invest. So your name list, if you have one and you don't do anything with it, it is worthless. So what to do with your name list? So your name list is categorized in sectors and functions. So you have people of companies, and then you have the people there of a special function. Let's say who do you need to know? You need to know in a company the general manager, the owner, the HR manager, and maybe the functional people, the function you are working on. Let's say you were a business unit manager in your past. Then you can certainly match with business unit managers. So what you want to have on your name list, all the companies in your sector, or your subsector, or your supplier sector of this sector, or maybe even customers of this sector, but these are all in this sector because companies where you know how they function because you were working in it 5 years or longer. So you became a specialist in it, you know the trends, you know the jargon and everything, as we said. Therefore, now you have focused, let's say, the business unit manager. You need to do in the beginning 2 types of meetings until you have a customer, until you have a project running. So what type of 2 meetings are those? 1, you need to know all business unit managers, because this is the position you want to place if you were a business unit manager. You want to hire people from company A, business unit manager, to company B. Or maybe you have a very talented specialist who could be already a manager, but they can't go higher in company A, so you may hire them into company B as a young business unit manager, or as a possibility. It doesn't have to necessarily be young, the person. So these are the people you look for, business unit managers. And now the first thing, you try to grow a talent pool of these business unit managers in this sector. And there you can easily call and say, hi, I'm working in your sector and I'm often hiring and specifically focusing on this position in your sector. So I don't have at the moment a position for you, but I would need to know you. I would like to know you. Can we have a chat over a tea or a coffee on this and this day? This would be the approach. And then you have every day 2, 3, 4 meetings with talented people, and you screen the whole talent in your region. That makes and builds value for the future customers. And that is activity, so to see also what is the trend at the moment in hiring, in training, in assessing in this level and the level below. You may also talk to the level above to see what kind of needs they have on business unit managers. But focus on all business unit managers in your sector, and you need to know them all. You need to categorize them afterwards, and we will show you how to categorize them according to their experience, according to their function, according to their salary level, according to their abilities in the future and talents. You learn how to evaluate who is an A, a B, and a C person. An A, according to Gallup Institute, are 20% of the society in a position. In every company, you have 20%. They are runners, they are doers. They bring 80% of the business, as Pareto would show. Then you have 40%, they are kind of AB or BC people. They are always in between. They come to work, they produce enough to make the company valuable, but they are not really very happy. And then you have the C people, which quit already internally, but they didn't make it official yet. So we will you will categorize your people once more about the position you are searching for in the sector you are searching for. Then you look at where are they, how much experience do they have, what is the real knowledge, the size of what they managed so far, how many people, how much revenue, and all those things. And you screen these people on their salary, and you screen them, very important note, what will the future hold for them? How ambitious are they? Are they A, B, or C people at the moment in their life? That may change at any time. Yeah? If they are A, now they'll be more tomorrow a B. Whatever happens into their life affects them. So you have to evaluate the momentous situation at the moment. And then with this, when you meet these people, one wonderful thing is happening. They say, yes, sometimes I may be interested, I'm happy right now, but if there comes a company like, then I would be interested. And now you have this in your subconscious, in your brain. And you list it. We have a weekly meeting where we make lists of all the interviews which we have done. And then you categorize them, and you can find them easily when a customer says, I need a person A. Then you just go to your list according to the categories, what the customer said. You see the person, and you may be one of the fastest provider of people ever, because very few people, you wouldn't imagine, very few people really do this screening. But this makes the difference. So this is the talent pool. And yeah, what I wanted to say is, what happens is when you have these interviews, what happens is they say, yeah, I may be interested, or I'm not interested at the moment, but thank you for the tea, thank you for the coffee, it was nice talking. But I need a specialist. Do you do also specialists? And then you can say, let me know what the specialist should know. And then you take the profile, and you may have your first order. It may happen, it may not, but the possibilities are tremendous when you screen your talent pool. What will happen, you will see. Do it. And do it 3 to 5 times a day. If not a day, do it 3 to 5 times a week. If you do it 3 to 5 times a month, your business will be very slow. It depends now what your goal was. You remember the goal? What was the goal? What did you want to achieve? So this will determine now your course of action on the meetings you will hold. You can hold meetings in their office, you can invite them to our offices all over the world, or you can meet them in coffee houses when it is not really a position when you want to just have a chat. Maybe a nice hotel, a roof bar, not a bar in the evening, but a roof bar during the day is often a very nice place. You will find the right suitable conditions to make your interviews. A Starbucks is maybe a bit too crowded to have such conversations, so you should have a bit convenient environment. This was your first one, the talent pool. Take this serious. This is your capital invested when you have meetings. If you have the names just on the list, not invested, useless, devaluation. If you work on them, tremendous things will happen. You may quadruple your capital. And the second is now the client. So you have the customers according to your sectors, and now you say, I want to work in this sector, I know this sector, who is the HR manager? Who is the boss? Who is the general manager? What are their problems? Now you try to diligently figure out how to call them to get an appointment, how to solve a problem of them. As you know the market, you know the problems. So now you can take a problem which you estimate, or 2 problems which you may estimate correctly, and call to get an appointment. What may be a problem? Maybe they can't find enough talents. Then you can call them on, I come from the sector. I was working in this sector for so many years with a very appreciable company, and I screen and have those talents in my pool. I can't promise you anything, but why don't we meet each other, we know each other, and then see how we can support each other, and I can show you how to help you. Whatever text you will have in the end. But you will have to make a text, and we will come to this. So, and get also 3 to 5 customer appointments. Let me tell you a person as a success story, just to mention one. One guy I know, he never goes to customers. He sits at home, but he does everyday mailings. So he connects to people in his sector, and he does calls every day, 3 hours. In the morning from 9 to 12, he calls, he connects, he touches people, and he talks. So, and this doing on a daily basis, very consequently, no failure at all, doing it all the time, brings him business over 600,000 euros for himself. And he grows a team as well. And he does this with customers. Another sample is a person who does this. He did it by himself in the beginning. And then he used the call center to call people, and he's going only to customers. He's going to 5 to 7 customers a day. That's a person in Vienna. 5 to 7 customers a day. He does this since more than 20 years. And now guess what's his revenue? 27 million euro every year. 27 million euro every year. 600,000 euro, 27 million euro. You decide what is a good revenue for you, what is the goal for you. And there are people, they make in average 165,000 euro per year. So I don't know where you want to be, that depends on your goal. But the course of action will determine where you end up, and the continuity to do it again and again and again. So these 2 things you want to meet with talents with only one function, which you focus, and you need to know everybody in this function in your sector, and you want to know the clients, the human resource department, and the general managers and the owners, if possible, of these companies. Do this, and then we come to the next meeting, to the next video. But do first this. Make the list, have your capital in place, and then decide how to contact and who to contact first, and decide to get busy. Take your agenda and say, on Tuesdays I go to customers, on Wednesdays I go to customers, or maybe on every day I go to customers from this to this time. Make blocks where you say, I don't know who this is yet, who I will visit, but these blocks I will visit customers. I will not do anything else until I have a project. See you in the next video, where we will speak how to call them, how to connect them, some ideas of textures and what to answer them, and how to get an appointment. See you then in the next video.